Jimmy intentionally brushed against the boss's secretary in that forgotten corner of the office. He thought no one would notice, but the boss caught him red-handed. However, instead of blowing up, the boss announced in front of everyone that he was giving Jimmy a raise. There was just one simple condition. Jimmy had to work overtime that night. Jimmy agreed, though he was puzzled. Little did he know, this would turn out to be the biggest regret of his life. As night fell, the office was empty except for Jimmy. He finished his work and was about to leave when suddenly, a strange man appeared at the end of the hallway. The man held a weapon that gleamed coldly, his eyes icy, as if searching for something. Jimmy's heart raced. He quickly ducked behind a wall, holding his breath. When the footsteps faded, he moved. He rushed into the women's restroom, looking for a place to hide, but what he saw nearly made him choke. Every stall contained a cold, lifeless body. Jimmy finally realized it was all a setup by the boss. He tried to escape, but then he heard soft footsteps outside. Jimmy jumped onto a toilet, holding his breath. The killer walked in, stood in front of the mirror, and calmly washed his face. Suddenly, he spoke. "What are you doing in there, Barney? See the keychain on the guard's belt? Toss me the keys." Jimmy's heart nearly leaped out of his chest. He knew the killer was about to come in. He quickly jumped down, dashed into the next stall, and hid. As the killer pushed open the door, Jimmy had already slipped into the next room. After the killer left, Jimmy bolted out of the restroom, only to run into a coworker who was also working late. Panting, he told the coworker there was a killer in the building and they needed to get out fast. They sprinted to the elevator, but it had been shut down by the killer. They turned to the fire escape, but the door was locked too. Jimmy told the coworker to call the police while he searched for something to defend himself with. Just as the coworker pulled out his phone, the killer's hand rested on the coworker's shoulder, his voice cold. "Hang up the phone. Is anyone else working late tonight?" The coworker stammered. No, just me." Jimmy hid in the shadows, holding his breath. He knew he was next.